Thomas chuffed slowly toward the bridge. The bridge looked very old, and it was very high, and the ravine was very deep. Thomas could hear rocks falling into the ravine. He felt a little scared. I like high bridges, but this one is really high. If I chuff slowly, I'll reach the other side before I know it, he puffed bravely. Wheel turn by wheel turn, Thomas edged onto the bridge. I am brave and I am strong. I'll get to the wharf and it won't take long, he chuffed to himself. Thomas was now halfway across the bridge. The sound of the falling rocks was louder and louder. The bridge had started to shudder and shake. Thomas didn't like it at all, but he wanted to get to the other side. Then Thomas heard a mighty crack. Part of the bridge in front of him came away from the rocks. Cinders and ashes, cried Thomas. I must get back to safety. He was very scared. Then Thomas started to reverse. He puffed slowly and carefully. Then there was another mighty crack. A large piece of the broken bridge fell down into the ravine below. With the biggest puff he had ever huffed, Thomas pushed backwards onto the hillside. I'm safe, he cried. Just as the last part of the bridge rolled and swung over the deep ravine. Thomas peered down to the broken bridge below. Oh, flatten my funnel, he gasped. Thomas puffed back to the junction. He saw there was another track. Maybe this track goes to the wharf too, whistled Thomas. And he rattled away down the steep track. The track was covered in thick brambles and bushes. They scrunched and scratched as Thomas chuffed through them. Oh, no one has been down here for a very long time, he huffed. And he puffed on. Then Thomas gasped. He had arrived at a hidden town. It was overgrown, rusty, and very old. Bubbling boilers, Thomas cried. There were lots of old buildings and a station covered in ivy. What a funny place to have a town, he tooted. Thomas was very excited. I wonder what else I'll find, he wished. Thomas chuffed to a halt. Fizzling fireboxes, he gasped. Thomas had never seen such an amazing sight. There are so many buildings. It must have been a very large town, he cried. That looks like part of a tower. Thomas was very excited indeed. I must tell everyone about this, he tooted loudly. Thomas bumped and bashed his way along the old track. He had to spread the news. He whistled as hard as he could. Someone must hear me, he thought. So he whistled again. Suddenly, a horn hooted. That's Madge, Thomas tooted. Madge was surprised to see Thomas. Madge, I've discovered an old town. It's hidden in the forest, wheezed Thomas excitedly. Fenders and flatbeds, exclaimed Madge. Everyone must know about this. Madge found Mighty Mac at a crossing. Thomas has discovered a hidden town, she hooted loudly. Tell everyone. Mighty Mac told Sir Handel, who told Skarloey, who told Rheneas, who told the narrow gauge controller, who told Harold, who immediately flew off to find Sir Topham Hatt. Sir Topham Hatt had been having tea when Harold arrived. "Thomas has discovered a hidden town," shouted Harold. Sir Topham Hatt was very excited. "Take me to Thomas at once," he boomed. Soon, Thomas and Sir Topham Hatt arrived at the hidden town. "Here it is, sir," Thomas wished. Sir Topham Hatt beamed from ear to ear. "Thomas, you have made a wonderful discovery. This is the town of Great Waterton." Thomas gasped. He and the other engines had heard stories about Great Waterton. "When steam engines first came to Sodor," Sir Topham Hatt said, "this was the main town. It was called Great Waterton. The waterworks here provided water for everyone." "Why does no one live here now?" puffed Thomas. "All the people left to live in new towns, and everyone thought the town of Great Waterton was lost forever. But now it is found," cheered Thomas. "Thanks to you, Thomas," smiled Sir Topham Hatt. "I will telephone the mayor straight away. I am very proud of you." Thomas felt really important. "Thank you, sir," he tooted. "Hooray!" Sir Topham Hatt arrived at Tidmouth Sheds. The other engines were very proud of Thomas. "The town of Great Waterton is to be restored in time for Sodor Day," he boomed. "The restoration will be a lot of work." Percy was puzzled. "What's restoration?" he wished quietly. "Restoration," groaned Gordon loudly. "That is when you make something very old look new again." "There are many jobs to be done," Sir Topham Hatt added. All the engines were pleased. Sir Topham Hatt gave each of the engines important jobs. They whistled and tooted in excitement. "Now, I will telephone Miss Jenny. We need the help of the Sodor Construction Company." Sir Topham Hatt telephoned Miss Jenny. "Miss Jenny, Thomas has discovered the old town of Great Waterton. We need the help of Jack and his team to rebuild it. It must be ready in time for Sodor Day." "How exciting," said Miss Jenny. "They will be delighted to help. I'll tell them right away, sir." So, Miss Jenny went to see Jack and his team. "We will work harder than ever," hooted Jack excitedly. At the depot, Mr. Percival gathered his engines. He spoke loudly. "You will all be very busy." The engines whistled and tooted happily. "I know you will all do your very best." Mr. Percival cheered.